guys, welcome back to our channel. So in this particular video I will be doing a DIY of Halloween sweet treats using white chocolate. This year we are going to host a Halloween party for the kiddos. Every year we normally host a ugly sweater party for adults only, and sometimes I feel bad because the kids kind of miss out on that. So this year I decided we can host a Halloween party. Even though we're not really big into Halloween, we are scary. I am scared of everything. My boys are scared. If a scary commercial's on TV, we are running for the remote to turn it. But we're gonna thug this out and we're gonna have a Halloween party. So with that being said, I'm making all these treats. That's my dog barking. Anyways, I'm gonna be making all these treats and we will have them at the party. Some of them, a lot of it's really sweet, so I might not do all of them. This is a part 1 video. I may do a part 2, just depends on how this turns out. I have other ideas in mind and I kind of want to do a video, but I'm just not sure if I'm going to yet. If you would like me to do a part 2, leave it in the comments below or message me like on Instagram or whatever, and I'll do a part 2 video before Halloween, before a party. Also, in this video, I used white chocolate melts for all of it. So 1 bag of white chocolate melts gets you a long way. And that, you don't need to buy anything else. It gets you a really long way. So with that being said, let's get started. So at this point, I have already melted my chocolate melts that I purchased from a local grocery store. Any chocolate melts will work. Just make sure that they are melts and not chocolate chips. I melted the chocolate melts in about 30-second increments, stopping and stirring it each time. So I purchased these pretzel rods from Dollar Tree, and at this point I'm going to just place them inside of the cup with the melted chocolate and spin it around to make sure I get all of it as far down on the pretzel rod as possible. As you can see, I'm tilting the cup a little bit just so that way I can get as much chocolate on the pretzel rod as possible. After you have dipped your pretzel rod in the chocolate, you want to get some of the excess chocolate off. That way it's not like a huge chunk at the end of your pretzel rod once it dries. This part takes a little bit of patience, so just don't rush it. Once all of it's off, they'll dry pretty quickly and you can get to decorating. And I'll repeat the steps for the rest of my pretzels. I purchased these candy eyeballs from my local Walmart, but I have seen them other places that have like more googly eyes. These are just plain, but they do for these cute little mummies. At this point, I just place 1 little eyeball on each of my pretzel rods. Now I'm going to take some of my chocolate and place it in a Ziploc bag to get like the piping effect on the mummies. You want to snip the corner of the Ziploc bag off a little bit so you have that little piping effect. Don't mind my son in the background. And I just squeeze the chocolate back and forth to get that mummy effect of the pretzel rod. Now I'm going to just clean them up a little bit. I got a little bit of chocolate on the eyeballs. You can use a toothpick for this. I just had this skewer on hand. And this is the final look of them. They're so cute, little mummies. Now I'm going to make chocolate covered Oreos. This is a huge hit in my house. We like Oreos, and chocolate covered ones are even better. So at this point, I'm using the same chocolate melts, and I'm dipping the Oreo in it. After the first one, I realized I needed a fork. So it's better to dip it with a fork and not a spoon. Don't mind Lennox over there in the corner eating the pretzel. We aren't giving these treats to anyone. We're going to keep them for ourselves so we can keep all our germs at home. You do want to do the same concept as the chocolate rods and get a little bit of the excess chocolate off of each cookie. Once I was done dipping all of the Oreos in the chocolate, I got a little helper to help me place eyeballs on each of the cookies. Um, don't mind him just licking his finger right now. I just noticed that. That is nasty. Now, instead of using the piping method, I used a spoon and took a little bit of it and just drizzled over each cookie to make the mummy effect again. So at this point, I'm going to make a chocolate covered apple, and I purchased these apples from Trader Joe's earlier in the week. I'm using a skewer because this is what I had on hand. There are cake pop sticks that you can use, but I just used a skewer, and it was actually pretty easy to get it through the apple. I will be placing the apple inside of the chocolate and just rotating it around so that way it gets chocolate all over the apple and covers it completely. And at this point, you can see there's a better angle. You can see me rotating it around. I'm trying to get as much chocolate on the apple and as smooth as possible. And then you want to do the same concept as all the other treats and let some of the excess chocolate come off of the apple before placing it on your parchment or your wax paper. And at this point, my apples have dried. It takes probably about 5 minutes for the apples to completely get hardened. And then I'll be making a little eyeball out of this one. This is actually something you can do with your kids. If you were doing like a party and you want to have them involved, you can have them do their own little design. I'm just making an eyeball out of mine. By no means am I an artist. I do not know how to draw, but I am trying my best to make this look like a really cute eye. I added red gel to make little veins to make it look like an actual eyeball. So with this apple, it's not as smooth as the first apple, but it'll still work for this video. This one, I just chose to make like a cute little kind of Frankenstein looking face. I really don't know what it is, but I ran out of ideas. So this is the best I could do. Thank you for watching, and please make sure you subscribe to our channel if you like this video.